Alright, looks like, are we recording? Yeah, I think we're recording. Okay. Welcome back. I was trying to stream, but for some reason my internet is crap right now. It's crap right now. So instead, I'm going to record this video. We're going to do some of these comics. I'm going to show some of my comics haul that I just got in, and then we will. Then I'll just upload it later. So hopefully that works for you. Okay. Couple things. I just got back from the comic shop where I picked up a bunch of dollar books. So that should be. There's going to be some fun stuff in there and some fun stuff that I found. So let's. But also, as soon as I get home, I find a package on my doorstep. Some stuff I ordered from Mile High quite a while ago that just showed up. So we're going to crack open that bag and go through those too. Put that trash aside. Okay. What should we do first? Mile High or Comics Haul? Let's go with the Mile High bag. Okay. So here it is. Let's crack this open. I like to order from Mile High every once in a while. Their service is a little slow. Their website, their ordering system is not the best, but I love them. I will support them. Talk about a guy who cares about comics and retailing more than just about anyone else. I will always support them. And whenever I need back issues, that's usually where I go. And usually I'll wait till they have a big sale and I'll order a whole bunch of back issues of stuff. Just stuff that I'm missing, stuff that I want, random stuff that I think I should read. Okay, so what did we get in here? Here we go. The Death of Cerebus in Hell by I did go through and get a lot of old Cerebus stuff. Not old, actually a lot of the newer stuff. I have a lot of the old stuff. So The Death of Cerebus in Hell and Other Stories by Dave Sim and Sandeep Atwal, who no longer works for Aardvark Vanaheim, who was at the time. Let's see. Cerebus in Hell number 2. Okay. This is a good one. Let me crack this open here. Yeah, this is an issue of Following Cerebus. These Following Cerebuses and the Cerebus Archive issues are kind of hard to find, so I usually try to grab them anytime I can. They were very low print runs. Here is the Sorry, I just got texted. Okay. Here is the Uncanny Cerebus, or what's it called? Undateable Cerebus, that's right. It's the Uncanny X-Men parody book. Here's a Cerebus in Hell number 1. I had 0. I didn't have the 1, 2s. World's Finite Cerebus, number 1. The Dark Knight Returns, Cerebus, Dark Knight Returns parody cover. Here is Strange Cerebus number 1. So I'm going to be excited to get reading on those. I want to check a lot of these out. Here's Cerebus in Hell number 4. See, one thing is I don't buy. So a lot of these are newer books, but I don't place orders for new books much anymore. I like to either order back issues later, or unless I find them on a brand new shelf at a comic shop somewhere. Cerebus in Hell number 3. Okay, let me put that aside because I want to talk about that in a minute. Here's an issue of Following Cerebus number 1. This is a good one with also inside Shannon Wheeler. I've met Shannon Wheeler a couple times. I really like his work. And again, any of these old Following Cerebus are really a hard find. And then here's a Following Cerebus number 2. Okay, And then the last thing that I got, I did order a few other books, but Mile High has a thing where they say they're in stock, and then they check. They pretty much pick your order, and if they don't have it in stock, sometimes they don't have it. It doesn't match with the website. So I ordered a few other random stuff that did not get ordered. Then I ordered this. This is a Cartoon Books issue of Bone #1. This is excuse me, not #1, number 21. Okay, so the thing about I don't know how you know. I don't know how well people know about how Bone was printed unless you were there. It's kind of confusing and doesn't make any sense. But the first 20 issues were printed by Cartoon Books Independent. Somewhere along the line, Jeff Smith made a deal with Image, and the next set of books, it was like 7 issues, 21 through 27, were all first printed by Image Comics with the Cartoon Books imprint. Then what they did is any subsequent printings of issues 21 through 27, like the second print, blah, blah, were all first printed again through Cartoon Books. So I had the Image first print. I did not have the Cartoon Books, what is essentially the second print of this book. Weird thing is, it makes it really difficult because also when Image took over, or for that while, they reprinted issues 1 through 20 as a first print run, what they called an Image first print run. So you have all with different covers, which is actually really neat. They're all good. But you have issues 1 through 20 that Image says are first prints, but are not. And then you have issues 21 through 27 that are first printed by Image. And then you have issues 21 through 27 reprinted again by Cartoon Books. Well, through 26. As far as I can tell, there was never a second print of issue 27 on Cartoon Books. If anyone knows differently and can find me a picture of what that looks like, I will take it. I have yet to find evidence that it actually exists. So I'm guessing that number 27 never had a second print. But yeah, so that's my haul from... Sorry, I shook the camera. That's my haul from Mile High. Let's set those aside. We'll put those in the database later. I need to go through and rebag and board these and do things that I do before I put them in the database. So there's that. Okay, let's check out my other haul from the comic shop. So my rule with comic shops is generally, anytime I walk into comic shop, I will usually buy something. I'll throw them a little bit of money. But I do have a couple other rules where I won't go back to a comic shop if there's not a few standard things. I don't like bad comic retailers, and there's some of them out there. Okay, that's up there. And one thing that I do is I buy I buy my comics almost exclusively off of a new rack, whatever the new releases are, or a $1 or less bin. Like a quarter bin, 50-cent bin, $1 bin. If your comic shop does not have a $1 bin, I stop going there. Example being, we have 2 comic shops. So I live in Central Valley, California. Outside, I don't live in Modesto, but I live not too far from Modesto. And Modesto has 2 comic shops currently. One is called Modesto Comics. The other one is called Invincible. First time that I decided to go, because they're both relatively newer. First time I went into them, I checked out Modesto Comics, I dug around, I bought a few things, then I immediately just drove a little bit away and went to the other one, Invincible, and I walked in there, I bought something, and I decided I was never going back to that shop. The people there, there's a number of reasons why, but essentially one of the big ones was they didn't have any real kind of back issues. No big boxes to dig through. So all of a sudden I was another reason is even the new books were all bagged and boarded on the shelf. Don't pre-bag and board your books, people. Unless you know it's like something that's immediately a collector's item or something, or you only have one of, do not pre-bag and board your books. how is a kid supposed to pick it off the shelf, or an adult like myself supposed to pick it up off the shelf and decide if I want to buy it if it's pre-bagged and boarded? I hate that. Let kids see the art, because the art inside of these books is fucking awesome. And if you're not letting them see it, and you're just judging by the cover or the name, then you're failing. I'm sorry, in my opinion. Oops. What happened? Oh, my computer blacked out. I hadn't moved the mouse in too long. Okay, anyway, let's get on with it. I did pick up a few new books. First of all, as I just showed you, I picked up this Star Trek Next Generation, the IDW 2020 by J.K. Woodward with the art. He does really great painted scenes, which are fine. I'm not honestly that interested in the comic. I'm going to read it. But I was mostly interested in it for a couple of reasons. One, I love Star Trek. The comics for Star Trek they're not all that great. But being a Star Trek fan, I had to pick it up for this picture right here. If you guys don't know, I'm a huge fan of the podcast The Greatest Generation, which is kind of a comedy podcast where they talk about old Star Trek. And this image here is a tribute to those guys who do the podcast, Ben and Adam. That's them getting blown up there. So I had to buy it just for that. Because not only do I love Star Trek, I love that podcast. So I'm going to check that out. This is another one I want to check out. I'm not sure. Just flipping through it, the art is, in my opinion, garbage. But this is Star Trek #1, the Q conflict, where Q kind of is like he mixes up a bunch of the different people from different timelines. Written Scott Tipton, David Tipton, pencils by David Messina, inks by Elisabetta D'Amaco. The art is very cartoony, very subpar. I'm not trying to discount her work at all. The pencils or inks. Or colors. I'm just saying it's not my style. It's very plain, not exciting. But I'll give that a read. The other thing I picked up, and I only bought this just to... I just want to see, but this is the Uncanny X-Men in 3D, polybagged, with Captain America on the cover. I'm not quite sure what Captain America and Black Widow have to do with the Uncanny X-Men so much. That's not normally who you would put into a X-Men book. But Wolverine, Captain America, Black Widow together again for the first time. They're together again for the first time. Thanks, Marvel. So I'll check that book out. Alright, those are the only new things that I picked up off the shelf this week. Alright. Now here's some other items, and these I can immediately start putting into the database. I think that they're all pretty... I think they're good bagged and boarded. Alright. 1 second. Let me get this set up. Alright, sorry, dead air. Alright. Okay, so let's check out stuff that I got today. I got a Secret Defenders #1, the foil cover. This one was in the dollar bin, most likely because it's got a big kind of bend on it. It's still good, it's still readable. It's still a good cover overall. Doctor Strange, Wolverine, Nomad, Darkhawk, and Spider-Woman. What I love too about this cover, let me flip back to the webcam. I love that they had to put Doctor Strange TM, Wolverine TM, Nomad TM, Darkhawk TM, and Spider-Woman TM. Like everything needs its trademark. It's kind of a joke, but all right. So let's add this to the collection. Secret Defenders, there it is. Yeah, Secret Defenders. Number 1. Okay, here's a problem though. As I talked about in my previous video, this is a newsstand edition comic that they got right here, so we're going to add that. That is not what I have. And it will be easy to fix. Duplicate. Okay, we're going to set this one that they have up here to a newsstand edition. Okay. Then we're going to submit that change to core. Yes, newsstand edition. Submit. Okay. Then we're going to delete that entry. And then I'm going to go to this one, and all I need to do here is fix the cover, which I should be able to find this one easily enough. Find a good image of the Secret Defenders. Seriously. That's the best you got online? I don't know how this search works, but it sucks. Let's just go Secret Defenders number 1. There it is right there. Yep, that's it. Alright, and that's it with the direct edition, so use that image. The only problem with this image is that image is huge. That's a 1073. That's a huge image. So let me go ahead and edit that image to be smaller. I'm just going to resize it quickly. Resize it to like 30%. Which is more than enough for this new. Okay, let's check that now. It's see now it's 322. That's much more of a proper size for that. Okay. Come on. Sometimes the software. Oops, I gotta move my big book. Okay. There it goes. Submit it to core. Submit it. Alright, and fix that. As I've stated before, this is a long history problem with this Comic Core database that I'm hoping to eventually rectify. Alright, next up in my stack, let's see. We got a Wonder Man number 19. Why do I care about this issue? I don't, other than it's a side flip book, and that's kind of fun. Wonder Man. It's gotta be this version, number 19. Yep, there it is. Yep, looks all correct. The Crazy 8. Got it. Oh yeah. Modesto Comics. And I got this for $1. I forgot to put that in the last issue. Let me fix that. I'm adding that again just because I happen to know, so for my own record, but also, you know, maybe someday some of this stuff would be worth more, and it's fun to see how much I actually paid. Of course, a lot of these issues aren't, right? They're not sought-after issues. Alright, next we have Spellbound. Spellbound number 1. This is Spellbound Volume 2. Nothing fancy here. This is a direct edition comic. A gimmick out of the dollar bin. Alright, next. Knights of Pendragon. I don't know which one. If this is Volume 1 or Volume 2. Let's check it out. See if we get a match here. on number 3, so it must be volume 2. Oops, volume 2. So Knights of Pendragon are interesting. They're a Marvel UK group. I usually will pick up Marvel UK books a lot because, again, you don't see them very often over here. And sometimes you get some really interesting art. This looks pretty basic. Who is it? Oh, okay. Gascoigne. Okay. Yeah, nothing too fancy here, but it's, again, this is a book that you never see. So that's mainly why I'm picking it up. Knights of Pendragon, so for $1. Let's see. Terror. Let's see, this is Terror on the Wings of a Demon. Number 5. I've never seen this comic. I don't recall what this comic is or where it came from. But I am kind of curious about it. Let's see, is it just called Terror? Or what's the actual volume name? Terror, oh, this is Terror Inc. It's a Terror Inc. Okay. I know of Terror Inc. I didn't recognize it by this cover. Just looks like volume 1, number 5. That's it right there. Okay. This is again a direct edition. All looks good. Zafino did the pencils. Okay. Add that. Good old Power Pack. Oh, the Power Pack. Good old Power Pack. Number 39. There they are. This cover's great. Because it even advertises new format, more story, fewer ads, better printing. Thanks for that, Power Pack. I was overly concerned. All right. We got the Namor, the Submariner, number 37. With a very flashy cover, but actually some cool art on this cover. Let's pull it up. 37 foil enhanced. That's it right there. Again, it's probably cheap because it's a little beat up. It's not a great version of the comic. But dude, this is a badass fucking picture of Namor. Let's check this out. This is one of the coolest Namor pictures I've seen. And come on, pull the image up. I mean, it's hard to tell. It's a little icky in this. Let's take a look here. I mean, look at that. He looks gnarly. He's got like little wings on his feet. I mean, it's a good cover. I'm curious who colorist. Oh, this is a Jay Lee. No wonder. Oh, this is a Jay Lee art. So no wonder it's cool. I mean, you know, Jay Lee's part of that 90s group that with a lot of weird detail, a lot of lines, but always kind of interesting. Always at least their own style, way better than the boring stuff that you get in a lot of modern comics. Alright, this is one I grabbed. I mean, so I know a lot of Image, right? I collect a lot of Image just because it's what I grew up on. This one is Riptide number 1. I don't remember ever seeing this comic. I don't remember this cover. It's a Rob Liefeld cover, as you can see by this lady's proportions, right? Look at this. I don't really know how this, yeah, you know, and her legs are literally longer than her entire body and head put together. Like, I mean, this is moronic, right? So anyway, I've never seen this comic. I've never read this comic. I need to check it out. So it was $1. That's why I got it. Add it. Let's see. Oh, there was another power pack in here. I should have had it together. Let me see. And there's another Terror ink. Okay. Alright. Come on, add. Oh. Alright. I gotta check my phone. I was in the middle of doing some stuff. Alright. Blood of Dracula by Apple Comics. Yeah. Now this is killer. Is there another issue? No. This is absolutely killer right here. Okay, let's flip here to full screen. Okay. I found this in the dollar bin. Who is that? Oh, that's a Sam Keith, baby. 1987. Sam Keith covers his Blood of Dracula #8. This I'm excited to bust into this. Let's check this out. Check out this book. Unfortunately, it's not a Sam Keith inside, but Adam Hughes pencils and inks by Mark Wheatley. It's black and white. It's actually pretty badass. And then there's a sub-story of Dracula 2199. I like this robot guy. I mean, here, take a look inside there. Look at that robot dude. Fighting Dracula of the future, I imagine. Yeah, very old school. Kind of an old school feel to it. Got this chick with like some mad cleavage going on. Kind of like this shot here, right here. That's kind of a neat silhouette. I mean, it's Adam Hughes. But really, this Sam Keith cover is worth more than $1 by itself, just to get that. That's awesome. Alright. #8, Blood of Dracula. Add it. $1. Oh, yeah, back to the software. Alright. Legion, #63, another Lobo. This is awesome with Lobo like up against Superman's chest. That's a great cover. Good old Lobo. I mean, it's hard to go wrong with any Lobo related book. There's a reason that he was such a big deal back in the day. Yeah. Another power pack. This is #47. Bog and Barda, Together Again. I've never really been much of a power pack guy. I don't know a ton about them. I have a few random books here and there. I've read them. I've looked at them. But I don't really know the whole history. I don't know the whole story of power pack. Okay, those are going to take a minute because those are a little wonky. Let me set those aside. Alright, here's another one that I've never seen before on Marvel UK. Hell's Angel, co-starring the X-Men. So this is Hell's Angel, #1, Marvel UK. Kind of I like the art. It's strange. It has a Jim Lee feel to it, but I'm not really sure who it is. Oh, it's a wraparound cover. Hell's Angel #1, 92. Does it say? Do we have credits anywhere? Is it in the back? Sometimes they put them in the back. Stan Soapbox still in there. It doesn't say. Hold on. Let's see. Hell's Angel, Marvel UK #1. First printing on here. Yeah, no shit. Come on, people. I like to take that crap out because there's no reason to have it. Penciler Jeff Sr. I don't know much about Jeff Sr. I don't recognize that name offhand. All right. But yeah, it's kind of a cool wrap cover. Very early '90s. You know, the Jim Lee, Wilf Portacio X-Men style. Okay. Have to check that one out. All right. These are fun. These are Amalgam comics. I don't know if you guys remember Amalgam. They were a series of special books that were put out in the mid to late 90s, 96, 97 area of where DC and Marvel teamed up for some crossovers, and they weren't all that great. There was a couple interesting concepts. One of my personal favorites was Bruce Wayne, Agent of Shield. They were all like #1, but they never made it. They were all just one shot. So there's a couple amalgams here. This is Assassins #1. All right. With the Scott McDaniel cover. Derek Fisk, okay. And then there's the JLX, so it's like the Justice League plus X-Men kind of crossover. I usually buy these whenever I find them. Again, they're not nearly as common to see around, so that's part of why I kind of like picking them. It looks like 96, so I was pretty much right on. JLX. DC Comics and Marvel Comics amalgam, right? So they made this special logo for the corner Amalgam Comics. I also had, there was like Magneto and the Magnetic Men, which was actually one of the other ones that I liked. But again, for $1, I'll never pass up the amalgams. Assassins. Right there, 96. Blank UPC box. Huh, I've never seen that one. Interesting. Well, here's what's interesting. Look at this picture. This picture is of a newsstand edition comic. The one I have is a direct edition comic. So I don't know what this blank UPC cover is, but the one I have is a direct edition comic. So we're going to add that. We're going to fix this. What about my JLX? I didn't even pay attention. Nope, that's the standard direct edition. So again, we're going to fix newsstand edition, just like we did before. Then we're going to submit that fix to the database. Newsstand. So submit changes. Okay. Then we're going to duplicate this, delete that core entry, create a new entry. This is not the direct newsstand edition anymore. The big thing too is the UPC is going to be different. 7619412071000. Okay. And then this one we should be able to find a cover for, I imagine. Find online. Right there. Boom, first shot. See if I can find a better one. That one's better and it's smaller. Let's use that image. Okay. And now we will submit that comic. This is the proper direct edition version. Copy all. There it is. Submit cover. Submit comic. I mean, all right. Goes away. Little amalgam. What else do we got here? Here's some more Marvel UK. All right. You know what? I'm gonna not database these right now. I'm gonna show you the rest of what I pulled, just to go over it. But then I'll end up databasing them later. Now, here we go. We got, this is Warheads #3. guest starring the Iron Man. So this was a period in this point in time where Marvel's UK, they were trying to bring a lot of the Marvel UK books over to the US. Most of them were a complete failure. The one that I liked as a kid was Death's Head 2, of course. I mean, Death's Head was one of the coolest Marvel UK characters. Okay, let's see. We have Marvel Midnight Suns Blaze #2 with the Man-Thing. Right, still one of the best and funniest superhero names of all time. Man-Thing. Here's Terror Inc., the first issue. I'm sorry, I got distracted by the cover. I'm looking at those arts. It's got this really interesting old school noir style. I'm curious to take a quick look inside. Yeah, inside's the same, so same cover artist. Oh, it's Zafino again. Okay. Yep. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that opening page, dude. That's an awesome picture. That's really awesome. Okay. Terror Inc. It was bent in the bag a little bit. Let me fix that. Again, it's a $1 comic. I can't complain too much. All right. Black Knight #2 and 3 newsstand edition. I bought these because I don't remember this comic at all. I mean, it's right in the era where I was buying a lot of comics. I don't remember what this comic is. I mean, I remember the Black Knight. I don't remember this comic run though. Guest starring Captain Britain. Ooh. Exciting. And then we have Doctor Strange and the new Valkyrie in that other issue. So, there's that. Let's crack into the rest of them. Give you a quick rundown of what else I grabbed. I gotta get out of here or get back to other work. This is Dracula by Vokes. This is Eternity Comics Dracula. Right? Okay, this is what #2 I think it says. Number 2 of 4. Legion of Superhero, Keith Giffen. I'll generally buy anything Giffen did. Here's another Legion of Superhero. The Story of Sunboy. Ooh, good cover though. I like it. These are the original Ghost Rider. #1. Yep, the original Ghost Rider rides again, #3. And the original Ghost Rider, #4. The reason, I mean, I'll buy this alone just for the Teixeira cover, right? But I love Ghost Rider, so. And also, that's a #1 newsstand edition, so that's super hard to find. I love weird, obscure comics, so this one I had to grab. This is Super Pro, starring Captain America, #8. Ooh, Super Pro, NFL Super Pro. I love like really bad marketing crossovers. Marvel Comics presents Wolverine, #93. Here's a Ghost Rider, #27. That's a standard Ghost Rider with the X-Men. Morbius, the Living Vampire versus Spider-Man. Okay. That's when they tried to make Morbius more of a thing, and now they're making a movie of him, and with Jared Leto. That piece of POS. Okay, here's 1602 New World #5. These books had some really killer covers and great art. So, Rebels '94 #0. 2099 Unlimited #5. Again, I've had to buy this for this cover. This cover is really, really awesome. And the legendary Duke Stratosphere. Duke Stratosphere. Okay. I've never seen this book. That's why I bought it. This is Eclipso, The Darkness Within. #1. I don't know what this book is, so I'm going to have fun digging through that. I know nothing about that book. It's early 90s DC, and I did not read DC Comics at that time. Here's another Blood of Dracula. This is number 19. This does not have the badass Sam Keith cover. This is someone else. This looks like a much more standard painted cover. It almost looks like a Jusko, but it doesn't have Jusko on it. So, but someone like that. Tomb of Dracula from Epic Comics. Marv Wolfman, Gene Colan, Al Williamson. This comic, I don't know. This is book 3 of 4. I don't know this book. I think I remember hearing about it, but I've never actually read it, so I'm going to check that out. But that's it. That's everything out of my dollar bin poll. Yeah, those were all dollar bins. So if your comic shop doesn't have a dollar bin or a cheap bin, don't go there. Find a better comic shop unless there's none else in your area, and dig through your dollar bin. So I'm going to go ahead and hop out now, and make sure to like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Follow me on. You can search on Facebook for Golden State Comics. You can find me on Twitter, Golden State Comics, at Golden Boy Photo 1, where pretty much I share a lot of comic stuff and have really strong opinions about the retail industry. So thanks, and we'll check you out.